Hey, welcome back to the shop. I was recently asked a question under one of my videos pertaining to what kind of wood do I carve? And, well, figured I'd answer that question in this video. Be sure to stay tuned. Alright, so what kind of wood do I prefer to carve? Well, honestly, my favorite kind of wood to carve would be the kind that's free. If I can get it for free, I'm gonna carve it. So really, this was a great video. I just want to thank you all for watching. No, I'm just kidding. Really though, free wood. Wherever I can get free wood, that's what I carve. People are always taking trees down. They want to just get rid of it. 9 times out of 10 though, what I'm carving is pine. White, yellow pine. That seems to be the best stuff for chainsaw carving. You want to carve it when it's green, as fresh as you can. You don't get as much chipping, and it doesn't get all furry and flake away, especially when you're doing the nose and the ears and like finer details. You start doing finer details with wood that's really dry and it just breaks off. It happens. I've carved maple though, and I've carved some black walnut. I've also carved some apple wood. Those harder woods, they're a little bit tougher. They abuse the saws a little bit more, but they finish a lot nicer. You can sand them down nicely and put a real nice finish on them, and they come out to be a really beautiful piece. You know, right now I'm looking around the wood that I do have here, and right now I've got some yellow pine, and actually I think I've got some pieces of spruce. Now spruce does carve nicely, except for a few things. There tends to be a lot of knots, so you've got to be really careful of that, and there tends to be sap pockets. So as you get carving, you'll find just a pocket of sap in there, and it just oozes sap out all over the place. So those are a couple things that kind of make it a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it's an easy thing to carve, you know, if you're making small pieces. Actually, I've even had some bigger ones I've used it for, but the sap leaks out, and you know, depending on the customer, it can be a real mess. So good to practice on though. Great wood to practice on. Let me see if I can get you guys a few shots here behind me. Spin right around. So I will carve just about anything I can get my hands on, really, is what I'm trying to say. You know, I've got a small piece of pine here that's basically 8 inches from a branch, more than likely, to a larger piece of pine here that's upwards to 24 inches across. You know, and I've got a few over here that are almost 3 feet across that I've done some bigger carvings on. I try not to grab as much of this stuff as I do the big stuff, because then you can at least split the big stuff into smaller pieces and you get a little less cracking as the wood dries. When it comes to carving, you know, white, yellow pine is the best. I have carved some Scots pine, red pine, whatever. It tends to have a tighter grain. It's a little bit tougher to carve, and it cracks a whole lot when you're done. I've carved it before and had the ears just pull right off, even on green pieces, so I kind of stay away from that. If you're unsure what Scots pine is, you can Google it. I mean, just like anything else, right? Use the internet, look it up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, white, yellow pine I think is probably the best. If you want a really refined piece that you're not going to add color to, then go for a hardwood, you know, some maple, oak, cherry, walnut, something like that. But I wouldn't use it for practicing. I would use that for a final product. So, you know, that's what I use. That's the kind of wood that I like to shred to pieces with my chainsaw. Listen, these are the kind of questions I'm putting out there for you. You know, you guys can ask and I'll answer. I just want to help you guys out who are just starting to carve, you guys and girls. So, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer them. And, thank you for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.